Hello everybody, my name is Starrapter and welcome to my spoiler-free review for The Meg starring Jason Stathem. This is a story about a gigantic prehistoric shark. So we have these researchers right there based off the coast of China. They are going into the depths of the ocean that have never been explored using submarines, and one day one of the submarines goes down with the crew on board and, well, we have to get them rescued. So the researchers that are still above the surface, they contact Jason Statham's character Jonas, who has experience rescuing downed submarines, to go and help them bring back the researchers. When he does go down there and get the researchers, he disturbs the natural habitat of this gigantic shark, who then surfaces and causes havoc. And this story is basically about these researchers and Jason Statham's character trying to keep this kind of under wraps and trying to control the shark. And yeah, that's as far as I want to get into it. So talking about the positives, I will say the cinematography is great, especially in the first act of the movie when it's more of a slower kind of burn and we're learning more about these places under the water that are just magnificent to look at. The CGI looks great. All these new species kind of coexisting with one another, and just the deep blue sea. I've always loved movies like Jaws and that really go and explore, and so that was awesome. Plus the later half of the film, when we actually see the megalodon, which is why it's called the Meg, by the way. We see the megalodon interacting with people on the surface. They have some great overhead shots of the shark. It looks just incredible. I will say this movie does have, like I said, the first act of the movie is my favorite, I probably will say, because there is a lot more suspense, a lot more buildup. We don't really see the megalodon that much. We see bits and pieces of them, and it really does remind me a lot of, like, let's say, like Jurassic Park or something, where we have all these people in a control room. They all have their own little responsibilities, and they're all going back and forth like, oh, what's happening with the shark here? And it just got those vibes for sure. I will say that the tone actually is something that I liked a lot too, because the tone definitely is more fun, but there's definitely serious parts. There's lots of jokes in here. There's definitely moments where I laughed out loud for sure. Going into Jason Statham's character Jonas, he is a standout, and he's really the only character that actually stands out in this movie, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. His action sequences are pretty awesome. I mean, all these stunts are done in the water. I'm not sure if it's really him or not, but he does make it very compelling. This guy obviously worked really hard on this movie, going in, and I don't know where they filmed this, if he's actually in the ocean. That'd be very interesting. You know, the scuba tank and the submarine, all that really awesome action pieces for sure. I did like the story too. The story is just very straightforward, very easy to understand, but there are lots of twists and turns, believe it or not, that I actually didn't really see coming, which is pretty interesting. And I will say I liked seeing the megalodon just really cause havoc. I mean, we see this thing, if you've seen the trailers, it's not a spoiler, that this thing does interact with beachgoers and all that. So it's just really cool seeing this thing again. Reminded me a lot of Jurassic Park, this megalodon eating different people and different things. So yeah, you can say it was inspired by that. Obviously Jaws, although this thing is much larger than Jaws for sure. And I will go into my negatives. I will say that there was some weird dialogue that just didn't feel right. It just felt really awkward. I will say that, like, Jason Statham is the only character you're probably going to really care about in this movie. And, you know, watching the trailers, I figured it's going to be just a dumb action movie, and he's the star of it, and that's kind of sort of what we got. I will say that it was weird seeing a lot of these major characters that have bigger responsibilities risking their lives, you know, going out in the open water with their boat. You would have thought that some of these people would have probably stayed behind. I thought that was really strange, and especially because they had nothing to do in the other parts of the movie. Like, they were just tagging along for the comedic relief. Some of these people that seemed important weren't really doing much. So yeah, I would say that there's a lack of character development in pretty much all the characters. There isn't really character development. So with that being said, I'm going to give The Meg a score of a 7 out of 10. If you like Jason Statham type action plus sharks, you're going to like this movie. I was actually impressed. I was more entertained than I thought I would be coming out of the theater. But that's going to do it for me. Let me know what you thought in the comment section down below of The Meg. And if you like megalodon type action, you're going to want to make sure you check out my Sea of Thieves, which is a video game. video of me hunting down the Megalodon in the Hungering Deep update. I have lots of gaming content on this channel as well as Star Wars content, and I do review movies on a regular basis, so make sure you subscribe so you never miss any of that. My name is Starrapter. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Starrapter.